Hello, it's Tune In Tuesday, and I am going to talk about AI and what's real and what's not real. It's a question I get asked very frequently when I am guiding visualization and we're navigating the world of what our sixth sense tells us is, am I making this up? There's always a lot of doubt, when a person's learning to trust their ability to see. And I find it really interesting that our society is driven towards this realm of AI where, technology is generating realities that become confused with our reality. And where is that line between fantasy and reality? And feeling what we feel and knowing what we know. I worry a little bit about kids because what we feel and what we see with our senses and experience with our senses becomes a template for how we experience life. And if we see many perfect, no blemishes, no raw nature realities, if we're exposed to so many fake realities or generated realities versus the truth of a reality that has messiness, which is part of humanity and nature, what happens? How do we learn to love ourselves? So my experience is that fantasy is wonderful in the right context. I love listening to audiobooks that are magical and in different universes with dragons and magic and stuff like that. But I know it's not real. And yet, every day with clients, I sit down and look at stuff that can't be sensed with the five senses, and I know it's real. So learning to navigate the world of your sixth sensory awareness in a society which is now exploring and highly valuing these automated experiences that are generated by technology that create a false sense of perfection or no flaws, no effort even. Effort is a really important part of our learning path. So I just wanted you to think about that today and sort of notice where fantasy veers into limiting your reality. Like, oh, I have this fantasy about what I want a relationship to be like. And that gets in the way of me having a relationship that is, messy and real, like normal relationships, as an example. Or I have a fantasy about, what I want my job to be like. And that gets in the way of us being at peace and finding acceptance with the messy realities of the way humans interact. So IA is, I think, fun. It's like an artistically, fun thing to play with, but it also is something that we have to consider around as our own dance with what's true, what's real, and what's not real, and what we need to feel at peace within ourselves. How does the world around us and within us need to be for us to be at peace? And if it's set to a template of perfection, no errors, no rawness, no messiness, which is just the norm of nature and humanity, then we're constantly set up to not find inner peace. So that's my thought this Tune In Tuesday.